Hey Dean, how you doing today?
Hey, I'm doing well. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. Thank you for joining me on Zoom. I know it's not the same as an in-person visit.
Yeah, I'm starting to get the hang of how these things go. I've attended so many of them now.
It's different. It's
It
different.
is.
So I
It is.
appreciate you.
Yeah.
First off, I wanted to start out by saying, like we always talk about within every one of our meetings, everything is confidential that you and I talk about. The only time that things would break that is if something was, dangerous or there was potential for you to harm yourself or someone else. And that would, of course, be something I would have to tell someone about. But other than that, everything we say is strictly confidential between me and you.
Okay.
Got any questions about that?
No, I understand completely. I know we
Okay.
go over that every time we meet, so thank you.
I appreciate your patience with that.
Yeah, I understand. Part of the process.
Yeah, I would just want to have a clear understanding of it. So,
Yeah.
so how have things been with Sue?
I feel like they've been better. They're getting better now that she's starting to sleep more and stuff. I feel like she doesn't seem as agitated as she normally is, and she doesn't seem like she's hurting as much. So I feel like they're going better. She's starting to sleep for longer periods of time, and that seems to be helping quite a bit.
Okay, that sounds. I mean, sounds like an improvement.
Yeah.
How are things like her eating?
She still eats about the same, so not a huge appetite. She just kind of snacks throughout the day. So not much change there.
Okay, okay. So, so one of the things I really want to talk about today was, or ask you about, was how is she reacting or engaging with the Four Seasons people that are coming in to see you guys? You know, the doctor, the nurse, the music therapist, and the nursing aide. How does she? How's she feeling about that?
Well, with the doctor and the nurse, I don't think they seem to grab her attention. She won't sit still when they're in the room and doesn't engage with them a whole lot. So I don't think she's super interested when they come to visit. She does really enjoy the music therapy, though. I've noticed that's something that will grab her attention. She'll sit still for a long time and listen to music. Seems like sometimes for hour and a half at a time. So that says a lot. That's really unusual. She also, she I mentioned before, she's made really good friends with her nursing aide. Her nursing aide really interacts really well with her. They'll like she's not big on shower time, but besides that, they end up getting along really well. So
That's good. What about the volunteer when the volunteer comes around?
the volunteer is great. I'd like to brag on the volunteer. That they she kind of gets pays a lot of attention to the volunteers. They spend a lot of time with her. Like they do tasks with her. Like and it makes her feel like she has a purpose. I think they'll do things like clean house with her. They do it with her, and they also do things like yard work. They'll take walks outside, and it makes Sue feel like she's a helper. And she was used to doing stuff like that around the house, so I think that's been really good for her. So that I'm really big on the volunteers myself.
That's good.
Yeah.
So you mentioned the music therapist that was going well. Have you been able to sit in with that with Sue? I mean, has there been any kind of meeting like that that's went?
I have been able to sit in some, and I thought it was really interesting because I didn't know. I thought they would just come in and play, you know, same old, I guess you would say elevator type music. But they've been really good. They've been able to play some music that she can really get engaged in, and they even play some of the old hits like I like some of the Temptations and stuff. A little bit of Willie Nelson they played for me and stuff before. So I think it's great. It's really great.
So it's kind of so has it kind of been something you and Sue been able to kind of enjoy together, kind of have a
Yeah.
connection with?
Yeah, because we always used to love to listen to music. So that's something I really miss with Sue.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. Because Sue was into she was in a gospel singing group, wasn't she?
She
Dabbled a little
was.
bit with it. So
She
that's good.
was. She was. She really enjoyed that. So it was very important to her. So I know it's something that I've missed her engaging in. Yeah. So I'm really grateful for the music therapy.
Good. So it sounds like you're doing pretty, like you're pretty okay with the visitors coming around. I mean,
Yeah.
do you think that's a little bit different than initially how you felt about other people coming in your house?
Yeah. I mean, before I was used to things. Really, Sue was until she started going downhill. We didn't keep to ourselves, but we're pretty self-sufficient people. And when things first started happening, I just wasn't really ready to share my home with people, and I wasn't comfortable with people coming in and out, getting in our space, and um, it was hard. So now I definitely am feeling better about it. I really appreciate it. It's really actually now turned into a great help for me, and something that I lean on and look forward to.
Well, good.
Yeah.
So what I'm hearing is that you're pretty happy with the things that are going, the way things are going, and so you're pretty. Do you feel like Sue's comfort level is pretty satisfactory? Like, you seem like you're pretty happy with things are right now?
I am now. All right, right for the moment, I definitely am happy with the way things are going.
Well,
Um,
I'm interested in learning a little bit more about you and how you're doing. So
oh,
I just wanted to ask, how are you sleeping and eating and kind of caring for yourself, if you don't mind to share with me?
no, I actually appreciate you for always trying to check in with me. I feel like you genuinely care, and I through this whole process, I've kind of put myself on the back burner, where I feel like Sue always she treated me like a king before she started to get sick, so she always looked out for me. And I looked out for her the same. So now I've kind of let myself kind of slide, and but now I'm starting to now that she's starting to sleep and get a better sleep routine. I'm starting to get more sleep, so I noticed that that's helping me a lot. I'm also like now that people are walking around and hanging out with Sue more, I have more time to get around and walk and move more, which feels like it's starting to help my back and stuff. So I'm starting to feel better all around. So
Yeah, being that primary caregiver can be really hard on your body physically and your emotional and kind of your stress level, can it? Or at least that
yeah.
sounds like what I'm hearing from you is that it's been that way in the past.
Oh, it's been tough. It's definitely, I feel like the stress over everything kind of took a toll on me. I didn't even realize it. So that's why the support is kind of helping me see things in a different way, that I need to take care of myself too. So I can take care of Sue better, and that's what I'm starting to do.
Good. So, so Sue stayed at Elizabeth House for a respite stay a
Yeah.
couple times now. So I'm sure the first time you probably felt a little different about it than the second time. I'm guessing. How have you felt about her being away for that 5 day respite stay?
Well, if at first, even when I first found out about it, I was really worried about her care and her safety. I didn't know if I could trust people, and I was pretty anxious. Also didn't know how she was going to be when she came home. It was going to be another adjustment for her. And as time's gone on, I've become more trusting now that I've had more contact and gotten to know people. Um, and she came home calmer, and she recognized me. So I felt really good about that.
That's good.
Yeah.
Good. Um, so you mentioned before, and some of our previous meetings, of things that you might want to try, and especially with her being away for that 5 day stay, maybe some counseling sessions, or maybe attending a local church, caregiver support group. Was that something that you were able to engage in? And
It was, yeah. I was able while she was at the Elizabeth House. I was actually able to meet with a caregiver support group at church. And I really, really enjoyed it. So it's kind of nice getting to have to be with a group of people who can relate to me and what I'm going through. And I was just able to talk about, my emotions, my anger, my feelings of frustration that I've had, feeling alone. And it's nice to know that people were there to kind of comfort me and, like I said, relate to me. It was a great experience. I hope to do more of that in the future.
oh, that's good to hear. Sounds like you kind of felt like some of your feelings were, a little more normalized as far as other people feeling them too. It kind of goes along with the stress of caregiving. I'm
Yeah.
guessing.
Yeah.
Sounds like. Well, good. I'm glad you were able to kind of find that camaraderie with other people and be able to kind of get that stuff out. You know.
Thank you. Thank you. It means a lot.
So I haven't. I've talked to them occasionally, but I haven't talked to them recently. How have your daughters been doing?
They've been doing good. They've just been keeping really busy. You know, they have their own lives, so I don't like to burden them with things. They do help sometimes. They'll drive to some doctor's appointments whenever they have free time, and they've also brought dinner by a few times. So um, one thing they do call. They call a lot, and through this process, I've been able to get better with my Zoom meeting skills. So we've been able to set up and do some Zoom meetings. So that's interesting to get to do that. That way they can kind of see us too. And so yeah, they've been doing well.
Have they
Just
been
keeping
able to
busy.
engage with Sue during the Zoom meetings?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Good,
Yeah.
good. That's probably a new experience for Sue, I can imagine.
Yeah. I can't tell how much it confuses her,
Oh, yeah.
you know. So we'll
Well,
see.
I just wanted to ask you one more thing. I just wanted to know, so the frequency that we have kind of set in play now as far as how many times all of us are coming to see you, and I say us as in the Four Seasons staff. Are you satisfied with that? Or do you feel like something about that needs to change, or do you feel like you're getting what you need or increased or?
I think at the time being, for the time being, I feel comfortable with how many times people are coming. I feel supported. Like I said, I've learned to kind of lean on this support, and so I look forward to it. So right now, I do feel like um, the amount of times people are coming is appropriate, and we don't need any more services at this time.
Okay. And you know, if you do, you can always ask and reach out to us. You don't have to wait for one of our meetings. You know, you
Yeah.
can always let us know.
Well, I really appreciate that, and that's a possibility in the future. So I'll remember that.
Well, the only one more thing that I wanted to ask about were those surveys. So, you know, I had you doing some surveys for me on a weekly basis, and then I just kind of compiled them into a little graph for you to see what you think about that graph and those surveys.
I mean, it really made me think because I could think about more of what I was feeling, and because I thought what I was feeling was normal, so I kind of got to see how harmful I was being to myself. So, seeing it out there, it helped me. I feel like so. I really appreciate you doing that. To kind of
I don't want you to feel like I was giving you homework. I just wanted you to kind of be able to resonate maybe with some of the feelings you were having, and maybe we could help you with that. So,
well, I thought that was pretty useful, so
but
I didn't mind that homework.
okay. Oh, good, good. So is there anything you'd like to talk about today, or any concerns you'd like to bring up?
Well, the only thing I want to ask is like we had talked about the need for additional support. You know, doctors have kind of talked to me about this, disease being progressive. So I just want to be sure, and I know you just said it, but I just want to be sure that because it kind of makes me a little anxious that when I start to that I'm going to end up reaching out if I start if I feel like I need to. So I just want to be sure that it really is okay
Yeah.
that if we need additional support at when the time comes that we can have it.
It is. There's always someone on call as far as when you call the main Four Seasons number. So you can always reach out, and there's always someone on call, and you can let them know what you need, in the moment, and we can address it then with someone who's on call. But you can always also leave a message for me or anyone else on your care team to get back in contact with you. And we'll just continue these meetings, and plus the meetings with the other disciplines. We collaborate also outside of what we collaborate with you. So we, are kind of all on the same page. So we're
Okay.
here with you, and we're going to follow you through this journey, and whatever you think you need is not too little or too big. So just always feel free to reach out and don't hesitate.
Well, I want to thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it.
Well, I won't keep you the rest of the day. I just wanted to check in with you. So if you're not got anything else, I'll let you have the rest of your afternoon unless you can think of anything else you'd like to talk about.
Well, I think that's all I have for you today. I guess you'll just be reaching back out to me to set up another meeting if we need to, or and I'll reach back out to you if something goes on. And I really appreciate your time and your support.
You're welcome. I'll definitely be in contact with you, especially within the next couple of days, Dee.
Okay. Okay. Well, thank you.
All right. And as always, if you need anything, just feel free to call us, okay?
I will do that. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Hey, James.
Hey.
Hey, thanks for meeting with me today.
Yeah.
Thanks for meeting over Zoom. I know this is a little bit different, but I hope you're getting used to it by now.
Well, you
Since you're
kind of
close.
don't have a choice right now during this pandemic.
It's true. It's true. It's the safest way to do it.
Yeah.
So I know we talk about this every time we meet, but I'm just going to bring up the confidentiality piece just to let you know that everything we say today is going to be confidential, so it'll stay between me and you. I do, however, have to let you know that if you were to talk about, think harming yourself or anybody else was being harmed, I would have to report that. So, do you understand that?
Yeah.
Do you have
Yeah.
any questions or anything about it?
No, no, I got it. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, how have things been going with you since we last spoke? What have you been up to?
Things have been good. I mean, I've been busy. I've been real busy. We got a new job and a new housing development going up. With the weather being the way it is now, work really picks back up this time of the year. So,
Can imagine.
and so I've just been getting a lot of hours, and it's hard work, but it's worth it. I mean, it's making more money and just kind of keeping busy, getting my bills paid, and um, the more work I do, the busier I am. It just kind of keeps my mind off of not being with my family, so or missing my family as much as keeps me from missing my family as much because my mind's distracted and I'm working. So
Yeah, I can imagine where it's a kind of a distraction that's helping you make money and you're able to keep your mind busy and keep it off missing your family so much. So
yeah,
um so speaking of your family, how have your visits been going with Jesse?
they've been going good. I mean, it's I miss him like crazy, but I'm glad I get to see him. So it's been going real good. You know, I, the driving back and forth is it's not easy. My car is not the newest car in the world, and it makes it, but it's a lot of wear and tear. And Hendersonville is not just right around the corner for me, so it's
Yeah.
gas and time. But I mean, I'll do what I have to be able to see him. You know,
Yeah.
but the
So
visits are going good, and the drive is it's not fun. I'll be glad when I don't have to do it anymore, and I can just have them with me.
I can imagine. So I hear what you're saying. Your visits are going well and that's good, but I apologize about the drive. And I know Hendersonville's pretty far away and you do work a long day, so that's a lot on you. So
Yeah, it can be a lot in one day, but in order to see them, I'll do what I got to do.
yeah. Yeah. Well, how do you feel that your meetings have been going with the Batterers Intervention Program?
Um, I mean, I'm enjoying it. The sessions, the program and stuff. I really didn't think I would. It's not really something I normally would sign up for, but
Yeah.
it's something I'm gonna do because it's part of it, and I get it. I'm gonna do it what I got to do. To be able to be a part of it and see them. So, uh, I made some friends, and it's cool to be in a group with other people that kind of know where I'm coming from and been through the same experiences. So it's cool to kind of be able to form that bond with them, and I'm getting more comfortable about sharing stuff. So it is helping me. It is a little uncomfortable at first, but it's getting better, and it's cool when you finally start to kind of get to know people there.
Yeah.
So it's been real helpful.
So that's
I mean,
great.
I usually like keeping that kind of stuff to myself, but I'm not going to change unless I start dealing with it. So,
Yeah, it's a process. So
yeah,
I think that's great that you're making some friends that you can relate to. Um, I know group processes are pretty successful in trying to help people because I mean that's just important. You're not alone in the situation you're going through.
yeah,
So I'm glad that you found that out. So um, I actually spoke with your counselor at the Veterans Intervention Program, and he bragged on you about how far you've come, and how well you've been doing with your engagement and stuff, and you're starting to open up more and showing up to all your classes. So I just want to let you know that he was really proud of you. So that says a lot. So he seems like a really great guy.
yeah. He's cool, man. I mean, he's like he's not judgmental. It doesn't seem like it. I mean, like being in my situation, there's a lot of times that I talk to people and you just don't know how to gauge people. I mean, they seem cool, but unless they know where you've been, they don't understand. They don't get it,
Yeah.
and they just got their own thoughts and stuff. And he doesn't seem to be that way. I don't think he's been through some of the same stuff I have, but he's totally open to hearing me, and he's not judgmental, and he's real cool. He's been real helpful, and um, yeah, he's always available when I need him, and that's cool.
I think that's great because he's offering you a support you might not have had before because
Yeah,
you know he's there for you. So that's very important, and that's great to hear that you're still engaging with them and that you feel that support. So one thing that we had talked about before, and I talked with him as well about working with you on new coping skills. So I was going to see if you could kind of share with me some of the new coping skills you're using now when you start to feel triggered.
yeah. I've got that dog that I've been telling you about, Maggie.
Maggie.
That's my girl, and we've been hanging out a lot. It's something about having your dog. Your dog loves you. They don't judge you. It's unconditional, and so we've been going on a lot of walks, and I've been spending a lot of time, paying attention to her, and I've been fishing again. I used to fish a lot. That was my thing before. Something about being on the water, it's just as quiet and calm, and it's like people don't people just don't get it. Like sometimes you got to just be by yourself just to kind of work that stuff out. And out on the water, it's relaxing. And then when you catch a fish, it's exciting, but it's still just a chilled space. And so just being out there and having my fishing pole and just kind of, you know, spending time doing that kind of thing's been good.
Yeah.
Um,
Good.
I also, I mean, I bought Jesse a fishing pole too, so like whenever I can get him back out there, that'll be cool. Something we can do together.
That's
I
great.
didn't really do that before as much as I should have,
Yeah.
but now I know, that I should and I want to. Um, we do a little bit of stuff like that, but it's all supervised by dad,
Yeah.
and I get it, I get it's part of it, but it'll be nice when it's not something that's a constant. Like we can all just hang out and not be a supervised kind of thing.
Yeah. It's kind of be nice when you can kind of have it just to be y'all's thing without having somebody there to
Yeah,
supervise you. Yeah. That's great. You found a bonding experience between you and Jesse. So that's something to look forward to when he comes home,
yeah.
so that's great. That's great. So I know that each time we meet, we go over. I kind of go on a scale with you of 1 to 5. I was just going to check on your behaviors, like how you feel your behaviors are now. Um, I know that in the beginning you kind of rated your behaviors at a 1, more negative towards the beginning, but I was going to see if now, since you've been working more with the Batterers Intervention Program and you've been working on coping skills, and I was going to see how you rate your behavior today.
Well, I mean, I think it's at a 5. I mean, 5 seems to be pretty positive and you know uh, pretty good number, and that's kind of where I feel like I'm at. I mean, I think I've really made a turnaround. I'm pretty positive most of the time.
Yeah.
Not just in the way that I act, but the way I feel, and I think that comes out in the way that I act, and I could just have a more positive outlook. I'm not so negative and angry and frustrated, and letting that kind of stuff get to me. Despite as much as I miss my kid, I understand, and so I'm just trying to be better, and I think it's getting easier to be better. So I think it's working.
Well, that's great. I mean, I really want to compliment you on how far I've seen you come with your behaviors. You put a lot of hard work into this, and I can see a major turnaround. So I just want to let you know that I'm super proud of you for that, and I feel like you should be proud of yourself too. So
I appreciate that. I really thank you for that.
yeah, yeah, and I want to go over with you like the next steps in your parenting plan. After I've spoken to my supervisor about talking to your counselor at the BIP and your progress on your behaviors. I'm also going to give her a report today on how things are going. But as of now, I wanted to let you know that we're gonna give you a little more unsupervised overnights with Jesse. So I was going to give you like you can keep him over the weekend now and kind of see how things go. And I was going to see how you felt about that.
I mean, that's cool. I really appreciate that. I mean, I wish things would just automatically go back to normal, but I know that's not the case. So, I'm really cool with yeah, I mean, that's cool. I mean, I'm glad with, I'm excited about that. I just don't know how much more of this separation I can handle. So whatever it takes to get in that direction, I'm all for it. I just want my family back together again. So yeah,
Okay, so what I hear you saying is that you're grateful for this time, but you're getting ready to have your family back together.
yeah.
So yeah, okay. Well, I know it's a process and it's been a tough process for you, but I want to tell you, if you keep engaging and doing what you're doing and keep growing in yourself, we're gonna keep evaluating stuff, see how things go with your overnights and stuff, and then and revisit this, and maybe we can start getting some more time. So I wanted to let you know that and see if you have any questions or anything for me about that.
Oh, I mean, I'm gonna just keep trying as hard as I can. I'm working real hard right now, and I can feel the changes as far as the way that I act, and not just the way I feel, but the way I act on the outside. And so, it's just whatever I can do to be with my family as much as possible is where I'm at. So,
Well, I think that you're doing what you need to do, and I thank you for it. And like I said, I'll go back and talk to my supervisor, and we'll just keep growing on your plan. Okay.
cool.
Okay.
Uh,
Well, I
I-
want to thank you for meeting with me today, and I want you to know that you have my number, and I'll also reach back out to you to kind of to set up a time for our next meeting within the next couple of weeks. Okay.
yeah, yeah, totally. I'm just so glad for your support. I just really want to thank you for everything y'all are doing for me throughout
Well,
this.
I've enjoyed working with you, so I appreciate you too.
All right, cool.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
See you later, James.
Bye.